No, the ayes have it. Call on Government Order of the Day number 11.
Border Processing, Trade, Single Window and Duties Bill, first reading.
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Craig Foss.
Mr Speaker, I move that the Border Processing, Trade, Single Window and Duties Bill be now read a first time. I nominate the Foreign Affairs, Defence and Trade Committee to consider the bill. This bill is an omnibus bill and it amends the Customs and Excise Act 1996 and the Biosecurity Act 1993. Mr Speaker, this bill makes important amendments to existing legislation to underpin the implementation of the trade single window component of the new $89 million joint border management system. The trade single window component of the system provides a single electronic gateway for industry to interact with government agencies for their customs and biosecurity requirements. The trade single window will promote more effective protection of New Zealand's border, facilitate a smoother flow of legitimate trade, and is consistent with the government's priorities relating to the provision of more joined-up online services. Mr Speaker, regarding the purpose of the bill contains three main categories of amendments that underpin the implementation of the trade single window: registering users of the joint border management system and providing information to and receiving information from the trade single window, and consequential changes to offences. The bill also makes minor technical changes to the Customs and Excise Act 1996 to provide more clarity and to improve the effectiveness of the Act to meet government policy goals for border management. Regarding registering users of the border management system, the Customs and Excise Act 1996 requires that all goods imported or exported must be entered into the customs computer system by individuals, being importers, exporters or their agents who are registered users of the system. The trade single window will provide for a wider range of border requirements. For example, registered users will be able to provide and receive information on the movement of their goods, streamlining supply chains. The bill amends several aspects of the Customs and Excise Act to ensure there is an appropriate registration mechanism for access to and use of the joint border management system. The areas covered by the amendments include allowing companies to be registered users instead of individuals only. Specific grounds on which the Chief Executive of Customs can refuse an application are included, and allowing the Chief Executive of Customs to issue unique user identifiers for the joint border management system that can be used by both Customs and the Ministry for Primary Industries for border-related purposes. Providing information to the trade single window, Mr Speaker, will use the World Customs Organisation's new international data model for lodgement messages, supporting access for our exporters and reducing compliance costs for industry. The new lodgement messages will include customs, biosecurity and food safety related information, enabling customs and primary industries to receive more accurate and current information to better identify and target potential risks to New Zealand. Several amendments will assist in supporting how information is provided to the trade single window. These amendments cover advance notices of arrival and departure for all goods and craft crossing our border, inward and outward cargo reports, and establish a more effective, transparent transshipment process for the national movement of imported goods. Additionally, the bill amends the Customs and Excise Act to provide the Chief Executive of Customs with the ability to prescribe customs rules which reflect other border-related requirements such as health, biosecurity and marine safety. This will be done using a process agreed by the Chief Executives of those agencies. This process will promote clarity and consistency to industry and reduce the administrative burden of maintaining multiple, often disparate requirements by agencies at the border. There are consequential changes to offences in the bill, Mr Speaker. To enforce the amendments contained in the bill, some consequential changes to offence provisions are necessary. These amendments relate to the advance notice of the arrival of goods and craft and the departure of goods and craft. The amendments to cover such aspects as failing to comply with the new requirements and failing to update customs with the correct information. There are other minor technical amendments in the bill, Mr Speaker. The bill includes some minor technical changes to provide more clarity and improve the effectiveness of the Customs and Excise Act to meet government policy goals. These amendments include updating the definition of motor spirits to reflect the 2012 changes to the excise and excise equivalent duties table in the Act. The amendment does not alter the types of fuel on which excise duty is collected. Replacing the term rate of duty with amount of duty where goods are re-imported into New Zealand and a refund of duty has been claimed on the previous export. Delegating the power from the Minister of Customs to the Chief Executive of Customs to approve certain international organisations exempt from excise duty on alcohol and tobacco. Enabling regulations to be made which may prescribe the valuation method and value for an import consignment below which duty need not be collected by customs, known as de minimis. Mr Speaker, in summary, the bill will help underpin the implementation of the trade single window, which will deliver at least $450 million of benefits to our economy over the next 10 years. Mr Speaker, I commend the bill.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Reno Tirakatini.
Tēnā koe, Mr.